Greetings everybody, it's me Knight, and today I'm going to be making a video. I should say this evening, but no matter when y'all watching it, but for me it's evening. I want to make a video on your guides, spirit guides and angels. I've done this before, but this topic is going to be a little bit different. And so this is something I came into realization before, and I made a video on this briefly, but I didn't really, I feel like I explained it, but not as thoroughly as I could have, right? And a lot of people didn't question it because they probably weren't thinking that deeply. But because I've been through these experiences, I want to share something experience that happened to me that I know is true for pretty much everybody around the world, okay? So, and I feel like this might cheer some people up possibly, okay? So what I'm about to bring up is this. Okay, so you know how, like, from people's perception, I'm not saying particularly you, but everybody's different. Everybody might be different, but your angels, they guide us, right? Okay, now, so whether you're religious, right, or not religious, if you pray or you do magic, right, you pray and you hope that God, you know, whatever you believe in is going to bring you something or help you or at least guide you, right? Whatever you did, healing, whatever. And if you don't do that with the God source that you believe in, you might have did magic or petition and hoping that comes to you, right? Or if you just talk to your angels, or whether it be angels or demonic spirits, whatever y'all believe in, you're hoping that helps you, right? But what y'all don't understand is this. They all have something in common that I realize. You can request and ask for anything you want, right? Now, y'all know it doesn't mean it's going to happen immediately, right? But you got to remember, it's always a potential, just like these readings. You can go to church and get a sermon from the pastor. It doesn't mean what they said is going to happen for you is going to happen today. Y'all know this. But something I don't think people realize is this. When you pray or ask for anything in this life, no matter what your belief system is, right, is that it's more than just a potential. It's more about, like, okay, I'll give you an example, right? I'm going to use me. About 8 years ago, I had a close friend, and he was like my brother. I've been knowing him for like 15 years. Now, I thought he was a good friend because he never did anything wrong from my perspective. He wasn't perfect, but like he'll take and give me rides if I needed a ride. You know, if I need something to eat, he'll help me out. You know, and I helped him out. We played basketball together and all that. But my spirit guides were always asking, why am I hanging out with him? Why am I hanging out with him? I'm like, what do you mean? We're at the same job? This when I was in the military, where it was like, what's going on? Now, I heard these messages briefly, but I heard them more when I was around my other friends. So I had because I'm a medium, I hear things, but I also heard these messages more when I was around my other friend, Tammy, who was a psychic too. She was medium, and she's been doing this for years. She was a little bit older than me. She's Greek, and this when I was in San Diego. And she would tell me the same thing. She's like, your guides, they don't really understand why do you hang around him so much. Now, the reason I'm bringing this up is this, guys. This is why I brought this story up. If y'all stayed in the video this long, is the fact that I used to say to myself, okay, why are spirits asking me why if they're supposed to guide me and already kind of somewhat know my future? You see what I'm saying with this? Like, how are you guiding me but you questioning me though? Now, granted, I have free will. They can't block this person, but I was like, well, like, why would you question who I'm hanging with though? You see what I'm getting with this? So they can't really like stop them because my free will wants to hang with them, right? So say if this guy goes drink alcohol, they can't stop him. Now they can somewhat protect me to a certain extent, but I'm still gonna go over there, right? And so when I realized that, man, they questioned this, it made me think about my relationships. Now, okay, say if I get a girlfriend or I go on a date, I feel like she's a good girl, but they might think otherwise, but they're not gonna really stop it. The only time I really see my spirit guides really come through and try to stop something was like 3 years ago. I was driving my car and I literally saw my spirits like shaking my car a little bit, but they couldn't really stop it initially. It was just a huge sign to not go on a date with this one girl, right? But it's very rare for them to go that far because they knew that she was going to do something crazy to me, which happened, which is another story for another time. And so that's when I learned something very detrimental and very serious about spirits. I don't really want to put it on all the way angels, but definitely your spirit guys, where they know things, they know the potential outcome, but it's all about what choices that you're going to do and how you're going to react to everybody in your life, okay? Whether good or bad. Somebody cheats on you, are you going to walk off and leave them? Are you going to stay and continue to get cheated on? Or if you're going to do something crazy, are you going to punch them? You know, and if you punch them, guess what? You're probably going to go to jail. Something's going to happen. They might hurt you back, right? This makes sense to you? Everything in life is about reactions. They can only guide you. That's why it's called guides, right? It doesn't mean they're going to completely take over for you. It's kind of like if I'm your tour guide, I'm going to give you a guidance on the proper route to go or the proper places, but I can only do so much protecting on you. So I brought this up because when you see negative and positive things happen for certain people and things playing out with another person, you might see good things happen to one person and negative things happen to one person more than the other, but you're like, why is this good person getting things done to them? Because they're not making proper choices. You know, getting it? So the negative person can be doing bad choices, but they were able to like maneuver at the right time before the police came or something crazy happened or their girlfriend cheated them. Not girlfriend cheated, but before their girlfriend saw them cheating. It's like, it makes sense. So they're going to get their karma, but they're always able to somehow alleviate and get out of certain situations. Does this make sense? And everybody's is all guided, but again, it's like they question everything we do. They question why this person cheated. They question why we did this. But it blows my mind. And then a lot of y'all don't know, unless y'all have the eyes to see, a lot of your spirit guides are not just like Archangel Michael and like your angels. Some of your guys might, as y'all know, could be your grandfather, or it could be even your own coworker. I'm gonna use me for example. God bless his soul. My best friend, New Love, he passed away in 2010 in Afghanistan, right? Well, not because I remember I was in the military. He got ambushed, and the Afghanis, they killed him, right? So, he ended up becoming my angel. I've been seeing him like since the time he died, like consistently, and he always helped me, tell about my health and tell me what I need to do. And he was always dressed in his all white Navy uniform. You see what I'm saying with this? So that's something. Now again, he guided me to say during that time he said, hey, try not to eat these things, because he kind of knew what I was allergic to. But he can't stop me though. He just guided me. Does this make sense to you? Now I could have easily chose not to listen, because I will say this though. Even when he told me that, I had times where I slipped up and ate some junk food at that time a couple years ago. I wasn't perfect. It was easy to break, but I could have easily not listened. And so I'm only bringing this up is to get this off of me, to back to you guys again. When you're talking about spirits, are you praying? All right, everything is in divine timing, yes, but everything is potential. We live in an imperfect world. I call it an imperfect perfection. Just like I said, if you cut your face off, you cut your face in the middle, it's like it's not symmetrical, but it's still beautiful in its own way, and that's how the earth is. It's in the axis, but it's still beautiful, right? And so nothing in this life is perfect, but somehow we live in a world duality where everything comes out exactly how it's supposed to be, right? Right? We have times of chaos, we have times of structure, okay? So pretty much all I'm trying to say is, guys, is when you talk to your guys, you pray, don't get too bent out of shape when things don't go your way, okay? Because they know the outcome, but technically only the omnipresent force somewhat knows the outcome even more than them. And some of your higher spirit guys, like your ascended masters, your angels, they know more. But if you're talking about your main spirit guys with you every day, they know, but they just hoping you make the right actions, because again, they can only do so much because you're here to learn a lesson. Doesn't matter if you've been abused or whatnot, because you're talking to somebody who's been assaulted and all that, and I've been through it. And at the end of the day, I hold myself accountable for things, and I've seen how people hurt me, and I forgive them, and I keep it moving. And I realized that my guys can only do so much, and I had to learn to be self-sufficient. This makes sense? And that's why a lot of readings, they say it's all potential. A high potential, probably like an 85-90% of potential that happen, but a lot of times won't happen, right? So again, I just want to say that, 'cause I feel like some people might be getting bent out of shape when things are not manifesting for them. Like, you might have done, again, magic, affirmation, but it's not happening because it's not supposed to happen. And even when people say it's divinely time, it's not even just about that. It's not even just about that. It just might not be meant for you. That's the whole thing I'm trying to say. Like, sometimes, like, again, when I was hanging with my friend, I hung with them, but they didn't want me with them. That's the thing. He hindered my life. Like, and I'm not like putting it on him, but like I would hang with him, but sometimes I would be too nice and go places that he wanted to go to instead of places I want to go to, because I was trying to be like a big brother. So sometimes I go downtown to the bars, even though I didn't want to go to the bar, and I'll bring him down there because he's young, he wants experience. But I know that's not my energy. This is like years ago. This makes sense. And so because I was a strong empath, my spirit guides didn't want me to pick up the negative energy from the people. It's not about me drinking alcohol. I wasn't even drinking. It's just more about being in the environment. This makes sense. And so they can only guide, Same thing with your relationship. You might wonder why your relationship was sour. It's not just because, okay, this person cheated or did something wrong. Sometimes your guides are guiding you out, right? And leaving the door open for temptation. So like for your spouse or whoever you're with, they might be tempted to cheat. and it was meant to happen to move them out of your life, and they have to learn their lesson to stop lusting after women or whoever they like. It's like everything happens for a reason, beyond our thoughts. So I just wanted to make this quick video, guys. Like, our guys know a good portion of things, but I just feel like something that I encountered that was very shocking. And granted, they do say this in, like, I think in certain scriptures, like in the Bible, they do say that not even the angels know what God has in store for us in our future. But at the end of the day, I gotta say what I see. A lot of times the guides, doesn't matter what kind of guy you're talking about, they only know so much, you know. Like, they know the most likely choice you're gonna choose. So for example, if they know you like tall guys, of course they know you're gonna probably pick the taller guy. But as far as like, you want to get pregnant tomorrow, for example, they might know it might not happen, but they can't stop you from doing things. Again, it's like they got to guide you. They can't really control some of this stuff. I'm hoping I'm making sense. I'm trying not to confuse you guys. I'm trying to put it in the best way possible, because I don't really hear people talking about it. They be like, oh, your guys, because I always hear people making videos like, your guys are going to guide you. Yeah, they guide you, but like, when like, do you know what that even sounds like? Just, let's reframe the question. Like, think about it. What would you feel, for my people out in my audience, how would you feel if you hear a guide say, why are you hanging with them? Now, in my mind, you got to think from my perspective. Like, you see, I like spending time with my friends, like a brother. And they know I never had a brother. So they can see the love aspect, like I care about him like a brother, but they see the toxic traits he has. So they ask me why. But if you can read my mind telepathically, you would think they would know why, but they asking me why. And so for me, when I see a spirit or an entity ask me why, that lets me know that they're only permitted a certain amount of information from the omnipresent source to know about what I'm supposed to be doing. This makes sense? So like, they might know the outcome if I continue to hang with a toxic person, but it still blows their mind. For example, especially if they're having a person like me who's very empathic and intuitive, to still go down the wrong path. This makes sense? And so again, it's guidance, and and them themselves, they question this, right? I'm not gonna say all your guys will question it, but definitely your ancestors will question this. And again, when I mean ancestors, it doesn't mean you have like your whole family next. You might have one person or ancient ancestors from a past life connected to you. But again, your guys are questioning you, okay? Because what people don't talk about too, when spirits are guiding you, besides the angels, kind of like the guys that were humans before and they decided to guide you, they're here to work off deeds. Like, they're helping you, and they're getting good deeds by helping you, and it helps them evolve to a higher plane. And nobody told me this but spirit. I didn't read this on no book. This is just something I see and I know. So again, I just wanted to bring that up to you guys, man, and just be aware of that, man. I don't want people getting bent out of shape when certain things play out certain ways, or you ask your guys and they keep, like, you might be flipping cards, like, why they keep giving you the same answer? Yeah, it's for a reason. It's like, it's either you're not supposed to know yet, it's a potential, or also they just leaving it up to you. Cause they trying to, cause like, just like how you asking why, they asking you why you asking them the same question. They ask you every day, why you asking them the same question? You have the free will to act how you want to act. You can go date that guy or leave that guy. I just guide you, and I'm gonna ask you why. Why are you asking me? I'm going to guide you a little bit, and I'm gonna push you off, just like the birds in the nest. The mother bird pushes the bird off the nest. I hope we fly, and that's what we gotta do. So that's all I had to get out, man. I just wanted to say that. I hope I didn't go all over the place, but I'm just trying to get out that message that, hey, other than ask your guys, this whole message is about you using your discernment, pretty much. Okay, try to trust yourself. It's gonna be hard. It's nothing wrong with watching tarot readings and going to church, but at the end of the day, you can't take the pastor with you. You can't take the tarot reader with you. You can't always take your cards with you every single where you go. I mean, you can, but not everywhere. You're gonna have to learn to use your discernment, your own trusting within yourself. Okay, because sometimes your guides might limit how much they tell you, and sometimes they just asking you why, because they don't know. That's the biggest thing I'm telling you. They kind of don't know. They know what they don't know. Like, I use them from my perspective. It's like they 85% know and 15% don't know. Right, depending on how evolved the guide is, the spirit guide that you're talking to. And this is what I'm saying. Use your discernment. Okay, so I just want to make that quick video. And if y'all like the video, thumbs up, subscribe. And again, my name is Knight, and blessed be everybody.